$4.19 for 24 pack of water for store brand. Hey everybody. I went into the out, came home, put everything away except for the stuff that goes into the other pantry. Whew, it was crazy into the out. I did get my prime rib for my family for Easter, but I'm gonna have to freeze it because it has a free by or sell by freeze by date, whatever, of April 10th. And I believe Easter is the 17th. 16th or 17th. I think it's the 17th. So it was $6.99 a pound. They did have the Angus for $8.99 a pound that I could have had cut, but they already had these ones packaged, but I had them repackage it. I got the bone in where it's cut out, put back in, and then they tie it. So the standing prime rib is, yeah, so $6.99 a pound. I was pretty happy. However, check this out. Water. So I just got here $4.19 for 24. Yeah, that's a shocker, isn't it? So I got some more basil that looked really good when I was at the grocery store, and I bought it. And I know I already have some growing, but I wanted some now. So I replanted one in a planter in the window, which I'll show you in a second. It actually has many plants within the plant, but I planted those ones all together, and then I planted this one by itself. And I'm actually going to do some strawberries in here, and these ones. So we're just going to try it. I am going to do a different planter with holes. But yeah, so these are long past. So what I'm going to do is just shave the strawberry. See, like thin. And just place it in the dirt all around. And when we start getting some strawberries, plants, I can then put them into a different planter. So, yeah. I'm just going to do one in this one, but I'm going to plant it in many spots in this planter. And I am planting it in with the basil because the basil will help keep any pest away. This time of year, even in the house, sometimes we do get some funky little flyers. I call them little fruit bugs or whatever. They just pretty much buzz around the plants, but they can be pretty annoying. So I'm going to do one more right here. And I have 4 spots, and I'm going to have to clean this counter because now I've got mud and strawberry juices, and the dog apparently wants some strawberries as well. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw the rest of these strawberries into a different planter. Now this was already wet, plus the strawberry is already wet where I cut it off. I'm just going to toss that one because I've got plenty more. Wash my hands. All right. So now we're gonna place that in the window and we'll see how it goes. All right, so we got our basil there, strawberries planted there from these yucky things. And we're just going to take this over to the windowsill where Bushcrafty the gnome can keep an eye on it, and we'll see how it goes. So it's just kind of lightly done. Hopefully the basil keeps any little funkies away. I probably will put a little light dusting of more dirt on here, not too much, but the chives are going good. The iceberg lettuce is still coming in. I do have some other funky things going on. Most everything has been moved underneath the grow light though, so We have the little tiny spearmint there. Did replant the spearmint into the box that's going to be going outside. I am going to be putting this one back in here, but this is a vinca vine, so that's coming back this year. But I'm going to be planting this planter out probably Mother's Day weekend, depending on the weather, so we'll see. But I planted this a few days ago and it's looking very, very healthy. This is the spearmint. And then I have a cutting that I have in the other original container. So yeah, this one looks like it's got, wait for this to focus here. See these little roots? You can actually cut this one off at an angle and put this in water and it'll re-root for you. Or what you can do is just kind of train it to go into the dirt when you're ready. But I'm gonna leave this for now. So, yeah. It smells yummy-licious. You can put this in teas, or when you're out in the garden, you can put this into your water bottle, closed, with ice, and shake it up and leave it for an hour or two, and boom, you got some nice, refreshing spearmint tea. The other day I was at Ollie's and this was like $5. It's galvanized. Just a place to put some gardening gloves and some shears, and of course I've got morning glories ready to go in that I did last year. I don't know what else I have in here. Who knows? I don't think anything. But it was a good find for $5, and it is galvanized. It has a nice metal handle with a wooden little thing on there. Keep yourself organized. Okay, let's check out and see what's going on in here. I left this light on all night last night, so the cucumbers are there. These cucumbers are getting pretty big. So they're starting to kind of hug on to each other, and these two leaves are still the burnt ones, but like I said, I decided not to cut them off. The tomatoes are doing well. The lettuce is growing more. I did turn this lettuce from the other day, if you didn't check out that video. The other day I showed how this was in the back and I was going to turn it. And I'm glad that I did, because overnight these have grown quite a bit compared to what this was. So that's what it was, is because it wasn't under the light as much. Here's the basil that I started, I don't know, 2-3 weeks ago. Parsley starting to get some true leaves. And we have thyme, and the dill is coming, but still, that was kind of a wonky thing. The sage is still coming, looking good. The mustard, of course, we also have mustard in here. This is a spring mix, actually. Yeah, so the chives are coming up, the new ones, and the rest of the maters. So the ones in the back are really tall, and then the ones right here are very tall. But the ones back there, the pink oxheart and the romas are smaller. So these are the jubilees back there. And then these are the beefsteak. So they're just a bigger vine tomato. Well, they go up. And then the Roma and the pink oxheart are smaller right now. There's some oregano. But yeah, they're looking pretty good. I think this one's definitely not going to, it's not very strong, so we're gonna actually yank that. And then I'm gonna put some other tomato from one of these containers that it have several growing. I'm going to take one of them and put it into its own pot. But they're ready for the ground. We did get some cages. There's a raven. Now, if any of you do not know the difference between crow and a raven, that one had a very, a beak that is pointed down like this, where crows are a little bit more straight. But that was a definite raven, and that's going to be our problem this year if we don't cage things. So these were $4.99, I know, but Bigfoot decided to get these tomato cages. So it's got your circles, and then you just kind of move your stakes around, and yeah, so that's what we decided to go with this year, because we're going to be able to put chicken wire around them as well, and then maybe some kind of cap to keep the ravens out, because our ravens are getting pretty ballsy and pretty big. All right, well, after I chased some ravens away, this is what I took off for dinner tonight for the basil. But I hung the other one in the windowsill. Okay, so what I did is I just hung this one. Actually, I could probably take this leaf and these couple as well. That's the only one that seems to be a little funky. I think it got touched. Basil leaves, I don't know. Once they get mature, if you touch them, they tend to, that's why I'm trying not to touch these other two here. It's near impossible. But anyway, yeah. So it'll be good to have some fresh tomato and basil with mozzarella on toast. I love the smell of fresh basil. Yeah. So it's kind of nice that we're still able to buy plants in the grocery store. Even the ones that weren't in dirt, they still had the bulb with a good root system. But I just decided to get this one because it was just as cheap. But if your local grocery store is selling those for cheap, that would be great. I'm going to make myself a tomato sandwich. Got my tomato. It's been a long time and I'm getting anxious. And then I'll be sick of them by the end of the, summer. But let me just grab some bread here. I have a loaf of bread that needs to get eaten up. Yeah. So, I don't know about you guys, but I'm a sucker for tomato sandwiches. I love tomato and lettuce sandwiches, or just lettuce sandwiches. I do add the salt and pepper. But today, I might put a little basil on it. I've never had basil on my tomato and mayo sandwich before. So, we'll see how that tastes. It just smells so good. I just want some basil like now. And tomato and basil smell so good together. If you plant your basil with your tomato, it can help with, critters, insects, because nothing really likes the basil. Well, I don't know about that, but, So I'm probably not going to go real strong. I am going to wash this, though. And I'm just going to kind of lightly put it in my mayonnaise. Because basil is pretty strong. It's really, really good roasted. Roasted tomatoes with basil in a spaghetti sauce, or just on top of noodles with a little bit of olive oil. We have a place here that sells olive oils. They're infused. I'll just grab a couple here. Well, I'll just grab the one. So, yeah, these are infused with, this one's infused with garlic. And you can just throw this right on a head of lettuce. I need to grab me some more. So I keep those glass bottles up on the shelf, and I use them pretty often. I think I'm gonna need a sharper knife. I thought I grabbed one. I could have swore I grabbed, oh, I used it for the strawberries. I don't know about you guys, but I'm getting anxious. I wanted to check in on, there was some, I think they were called June tomatoes. Yeah. And I wanted to get some of those because they're supposed to be ready by June. Or maybe they were 4th of July tomatoes. I think it was 4th of July's. Yeah, that makes more sense. And you know what else? Maybe I will throw a small slice of mozzarella on this. Being that we already have the basil, we got the tomato. I'm gonna throw some mozzarella. I hope you guys are getting planting. Oh, if I can remember where I put the mozzarella now. Where did I stick it? Probably down there with the rest of the cheese. Yeah. So the gooder kind. Alright, wash off my knife here. This is a tear easy. This comes from our grocery store. It's Inspirations Mozzarella. And heck, while we're at it, maybe we'll throw some garlic on here. Fresh mozzarella, I mean, it's not too fresh because it is in a package, but it's about as fresh as I'm gonna get for now. I can't believe it's already 2:38 and I'm just now eating. Yeah. So I'm gonna grab some, I'm not gonna do fresh garlic, I'm just gonna do some garlic powder. I don't need to be all sorts of that fancy. Oh, of course, paprika. There's the garlic. Okay. Just a tiny little bit on the mozzarella pieces because it's so good. Cilantro would be good on this, but guess what? I was growing the cilantro and it did not work out for me very well at all. So I'm gonna have to get a bag for that. A little bit of paprika. If I can get it. I gotta get another one from downstairs. I was actually gonna buy more paprika today, but then I remembered I just checked out my spices and we have quite a bit of paprika already. Some salt and some pepper. I have the pink Himalayan salt on the table. I probably should have used that. Okay. There it is. For all you people with OCD, you can decide on yourself whether that's even or not. I will purposely go a little off because I too have a bit of OCD. So All right, let's try this thing. Woo. Pretty juicy. Mmm. That tastes like it was fresh out of the garden. And the basil, I didn't get a piece of mozzarella yet, but I did get it in my hair. That is really, really, really good. Yeah, I can't wait to start doing this right straight from the garden. It's good. Yeah, I'm gonna go finish my lunch. Y'all have a great day. God bless you. And we'll see you on the flip side.